With over 100 million units made, the AK-47 is the most produced firearm in history. It's also the most widely distributed, manufactured in over 30 countries, and shipped across the globe by land, sea, and air. From state armies to conflict zones, the AK-47 has reached nearly every corner of the planet. It's estimated that 1 in every 5 firearms in the world is an AK or a direct copy. Today, we're heading to Russia, home of the largest AK-47 factory, where over 1,000 rifles are made every day to supply the military forces of more than 50 countries. We'll take a step-by-step look at how steel, wood, and Russian engineering come together to create the world's most recognized firearm. The story begins in 1947, when a young Soviet sergeant named Mikhail Kalashnikov set out to design a simple, reliable automatic weapon that could work in extreme conditions, from Siberia's freezing cold to desert heat. That's how the legendary AK-47 was born. Since then, the basic design has changed very little. Only small improvements have been made over the years to increase accuracy and ease of use, but the overall structure, function, and design remain the same more than 70 years later. To build an AK-47, 2 main materials are needed: high-strength carbon steel and laminated birchwood. These materials arrive at the factory in large shipments, where they're unloaded and sorted for mass production. The steel blocks go into industrial furnaces that heat them to over 10,000 degrees Celsius. The metal melts and is then prepared to be shaped. Meanwhile, the wood is sent to the carpentry section, where it's dried, treated, cut, and pressed to create parts like the stock and handguard. Now, with materials prepared, the real engineering begins. The transformation begins with red-hot steel. The molten metal is poured into industrial molds to create the base shapes of key parts like the receiver, barrel, and bolt assembly. Once cooled, these parts go into powerful hydraulic presses that apply up to 1,000 tons of pressure. These machines shape the metal with incredible precision. Each press helps form the internal structure of the rifle, strengthening the areas that must handle the pressure of firing and the constant motion of the mechanism. Next, the parts go to automatic lathes, which make detailed cuts, drill the barrel, and prepare the spots where other parts will be attached. At the same time, smaller components, such as the trigger, safety, and magazine, are made from hardened steel. Throughout this entire process, operators carefully inspect every piece. If even a small defect is found, the part is thrown out. The AK-47 is known for being extremely reliable, so quality control starts from the very first press. Once all the metal parts are shaped, polished, and approved, it's time to bring everything together and make the weapon work. Now begins one of the most important steps: assembling the firing system, the heart of the AK-47. First, the bolt is installed. This is the part that loads, fires, and ejects cartridges. Then comes the recoil spring, which absorbs some of the shock and helps the rifle return to position after each shot. This is crucial for the rifle to fire in bursts without jamming. Next, the hammer, firing pin, and trigger are added. These are made from specially treated steel, strong enough to last over 100,000 shots without wearing out. Now that the internal mechanism is ready, it's time to assemble the rifle's outer body. The firing system is installed inside the receiver, a strong, hollow frame that holds all the moving parts together and absorbs the force of each shot. Once in place, the rifle is manually tested, without ammunition, to ensure every part moves smoothly and precisely. If anything is misaligned, it's fixed immediately. With the firing system complete, the AK-47 is now ready to be covered in its signature metal and wood frame, giving it both functionality and its legendary look. The first part to be installed is the metal dust cover, which protects the internal parts from dirt and damage. It fits securely over the receiver and is held in place by a pin, allowing for easy removal during cleaning. Next come the stock, handguard, and pistol grip. Traditionally, these are made from laminated birch wood treated to resist heat and moisture. However, many modern models use reinforced plastic, which is lighter and more durable. The barrel, already drilled and tested, is then attached using strong rivets and welds. Above it, the gas tube is installed. It uses the pressure from each shot to automatically cycle the bolt, enabling rapid fire. Sights are added at this stage too. The front and adjustable rear sights allow accurate targeting up to 400 meters. Lastly, the curved magazine is installed. Known for its iconic shape, it holds 30 rounds and is designed to feed bullets smoothly, even in harsh conditions. Once everything is assembled, the AK-47 has taken its final shape. But before it's considered ready, it must prove it can perform under pressure. Before shipping, each AK-47 undergoes a critical testing phase. At a secure firing range, operators load live ammunition and fire in bursts to ensure the weapon functions smoothly, fires reliably at around 600 rounds per minute, and withstands heat and pressure without issues. Once approved, the rifle is engraved with a serial number, cleaned, oiled, and partially disassembled for packaging. It's then placed in reinforced boxes with manuals and accessories and loaded into durable containers for shipment. Every unit is carefully documented, ensuring the rifle is ready for global distribution. As we continue, these advanced sorting and grading lines for peaches and apricots are revolutionizing the industry. These cutting-edge systems ensure precise classification and high-quality fruit. They carefully sort peaches and apricots based on size, color, ripeness, and defects using cameras, sensors, and automated controls. This process improves efficiency, reduces waste, and ensures only the best fruit reaches the market. The technology also allows for gentle handling, preventing damage during sorting. And here we have an exciting look at how the red bean cake with mochi is made in the factory. The process begins with creating the monaka shell, a crisp outer layer made from a thin baked wafer. These shells are placed on a moving production line, ready to be filled. Machines then add a smooth and sweet red bean paste. Next, a thin layer of chewy mochi is carefully placed inside each shell. Finally, ice cream is added, filling the sandwich completely. Once assembled, the red bean cake with mochi is quickly frozen to maintain its texture and freshness. After freezing, they are packed into boxes in cold storage before being shipped to stores. This factory in the Netherlands produces thousands of syrup waffles daily. Next up, let's explore how cookies are made in a factory. The process begins with automated systems that carefully measure and feed ingredients into mixers to ensure consistency in every batch. This helps maintain the perfect texture and taste. Most factories use the wire cutting method to shape cookies. The dough is pushed through a mold and then cut into even pieces with a sharp wire. This machine can cut up to 100 cookies per minute and operates without stopping the production line. Another method is the automatic dough extruder, which shapes cookies into different designs using special nozzles. Next, the cookies go into large industrial ovens that use precise temperature control and airflow systems to bake them evenly. After baking, they are carefully transferred to a cooling tower to set properly. Once cooled, the cookies go through quality control before being packed into trays, bags, or boxes using automated machines. This farm packer is a modern machine designed to make egg packing faster and easier. It can pack up to 36,000 eggs per hour. This automated system ensures smooth and efficient operation. One of its key features is the automatic denister, which separates trays and places them correctly for packing. This removes the need for manual work and speeds up the process. The tray detection system ensures that each egg is placed safely and correctly, reducing waste and breakage. Next up, let's explore the production of strawberry jam in a factory. The process begins with the selection of ripe, juicy strawberries, sourced from farms and inspected to ensure they meet strict quality standards. The strawberries are thoroughly washed and sorted before being transferred to large stainless steel kettles. Sugar, pectin, and sometimes lemon juice are added to the strawberries to enhance flavor and aid in thickening. The mixture is then cooked at controlled temperatures, ensuring the natural flavors and vibrant color of the fruit are preserved. Once the jam reaches the desired consistency, it is poured into sterilized glass jars using automated filling machines. The jars are sealed immediately to lock in freshness, and then pasteurized to ensure a long shelf life. After cooling, the jars are labeled and undergo rigorous quality checks before being packed and distributed to stores ready to delight customers. Over 50 million tons of tomatoes are processed worldwide every year to create a variety of sauces. However, the majority of this production is dedicated to making ketchup. But how are such massive quantities of tomatoes transformed into this beloved sauce? It all starts in vast fields where millions of kilos of tomatoes are harvested each year. Thanks to its rich agricultural tradition and ideal Mediterranean climate, Italy has become one of the world's top tomato producers. These tomatoes are specially cultivated for mechanical harvesting, with thick skins and firm flesh, to prevent damage during transport. To concentrate the pulp, irrigation is stopped 2 to 3 weeks before harvest, making the tomatoes denser and fleshier. After about 90 days on the vine, they reach peak ripeness and are ready for harvesting. Harvesting machines use sharp blades to cut the plants and transfer them onto conveyor belts. Metal spikes shake the tomatoes free from stems and leaves, which are then recycled as fertilizer. However, unwanted materials like soil, stones, and unripe fruit may still be mixed in. To ensure quality laser scanners identify and separate ripe tomatoes, which are then sent by conveyor belt to trailers moving alongside the harvester. Each trailer can hold up to 300,000 tomatoes, and the process continues until at least 20 tons are collected. After harvest, the tomatoes are transported to the factory where their transformation into sauces and other products begins. Upon arrival, they are placed in large water tanks, where high-pressure jets propel them through steel channels, washing away soil and dirt. As they move forward, a conveyor belt with slots drains impurities, while the tomatoes fall into a channel of clean water. Any stones or heavy debris sink and are removed to prevent damage during processing. Once clean, the tomatoes go through a classification system that combines mechanical and visual methods to ensure only high-quality fruit is used. Optical sensors and specialized workers identify and discard damaged, unripe, or low-quality tomatoes, ensuring that only the best continue to the next stage. To remove the skin without affecting texture or flavor, the tomatoes undergo blanching, This is done either by immersing them in hot water or exposing them to high-temperature steam. The heat loosens the skin, making it easy to remove. After blanching, the tomatoes pass through rollers or rotating brushes that peel them efficiently. Some industrial processes use pressurized air or water jets to remove any remaining skin without damaging the fruit. The result is clean, peeled tomatoes, ready to be processed into sauce, paste, or preserves. Next, the tomatoes enter the crushing phase where high-speed rotating blades quickly turn them into a smooth puree while maintaining product quality. However, this mixture still contains unwanted elements such as seeds, skin remnants, and coarse fibers. To refine the puree, it passes through sieves and filters of different sizes which remove impurities. Some processes use coarser sieves to maintain a rustic texture, while others use finer filters for a completely smooth sauce. The final tomato puree is transferred to large stainless steel cooking tanks, where it is heated at a controlled temperature. This step enhances the tomato's flavor while reducing water content, thickening the sauce to the desired consistency. During cooking, various ingredients are added to enhance the flavor and balance the natural acidity of the tomatoes. Salt is essential as it intensifies flavors and acts as a natural preservative. A small amount of sugar helps soften the acidity, creating a perfect balance on the palate. The cooking process can take several hours, depending on the recipe and batch size. During this time, the sauce is continuously stirred by mechanical systems to prevent sticking or burning, ensuring a smooth texture and well-integrated flavors. Once the sauce reaches the desired consistency and taste, it undergoes pasteurization to ensure safety and extend shelf life. This involves heating the sauce to high temperatures, 85 to 100 degrees Celsius, to eliminate microorganisms without significantly altering its properties. To preserve its color, aroma, and texture, the sauce is rapidly cooled immediately after heating. The cooling method varies by facility and may involve cold air jets, water baths, or heat exchangers. This step helps preserve the sauce's freshness and quality, preparing it for packaging. After pasteurization, the sauce travels through stainless steel pipes to the packaging area, where strict hygiene standards prevent contamination. High-precision filling machines then pour the sauce into different types of containers based on its commercial destination. Once the ketchup passes quality control, it is ready to be packaged. The ketchup is pumped into clean, sterilized bottles or sachets. Factories use high-speed machines that can fill thousands of bottles per hour. After filling, the bottles are sealed with caps to keep the ketchup fresh. Some factories use vacuum sealing, which removes excess air from the bottle before sealing it. This helps extend the shelf life of the ketchup. After sealing, labels are applied to the bottles. These labels include important information, such as the brand name, ingredients, expiration date, and nutritional facts. Finally, the labeled containers are sent to the packaging area, where they are arranged into larger packs or sturdy cardboard boxes designed for safe transport and storage. The secret to making perfect soft and crispy chicken lies in achieving the right balance between a juicy, crunchy, and golden outside. This balance makes each bite delicious and satisfying. These machines cut the cheese into uniform slices, ensuring consistency in size and thickness. The slices are then arranged neatly onto conveyor belts and transferred to packaging units. Hygienic, airtight packaging is applied to maintain freshness and extend shelf life. Some factories include additional steps, like labeling or sealing the packs in bulk for shipping. This streamlined process ensures the cheese reaches consumers in perfect condition, ready for use. And here we have a chocolate bar's factory. The process of making Reese's peanut butter cups involves combining rich chocolate and creamy peanut butter to create the iconic treat. It begins with preparing the peanut butter filling. A mixture of roasted peanuts, sugar, salt, and stabilizers is blended into a creamy but slightly gritty consistency. In the production line, specially designed molds are filled with a layer of melted chocolate to create the cup's base and edges. The molds are then cooled to harden the chocolate, forming a sturdy foundation for the filling. Finally, the Reese's peanut butter cups are removed from the molds, wrapped in distinctive packaging and subjected to quality checks. Afterward, they are boxed at the heart of this cookie-making process. This ingenious machine plays a key role in making sure each sandwich cookie is perfectly assembled. The bottom half are lined up, ready to be filled with a special filling machine, evenly distributes a luscious layer of cream. This step happens with high accuracy, ensuring the perfect amount of filling for each one. This machine takes the top cookie and automatically places it onto the cream-covered bottom ones with flawless precision. It works at high speed, assembling thousands of units per minute, and designed to handle the pressure of mass production while maintaining consistency. As the top are carefully placed, the sandwich cookies are completed, each one perfectly aligned and sealed thanks to the precise work of this capper. Once assembled, the cookies are quickly packaged and ready for distribution, ensuring they maintain their freshness and quality from the factory to your favorite grocery store. As we continue our journey into food production, let's explore how cow sausages are made in a factory. Factories use a step-by-step process to make them tasty and safe to eat. First, fresh cow meat is cleaned and ground into fine pieces. Spices, salt, and other flavorings are mixed into the meat to give the sausages their delicious taste. The seasoned meat is then stuffed into casings, which are thin tubes made from natural or synthetic materials. These casings hold the meat together and give the sausages their classic shape. Once stuffed, the sausages are linked into portions and cooked in ovens or smokehouses to enhance their flavor and ensure they are fully cooked. After cooking, the sausages are cooled and inspected for quality. They are then packaged in plastic wraps or vacuum-sealed bags to keep them fresh. Finally, the sausages are boxed and sent to stores, ready to be enjoyed in meals or on the grill. Every year, 3 billion surprise eggs are sold worldwide. These irresistible chocolate eggs contain a hidden surprise inside. But how are they made? Let's take a look inside the Ferrero factory to see how one of the world's most popular treats is produced. Kinder Surprise was created in 1974 by Michele Ferrero, founder of the Italian company Ferrero. Inspired by Italy's Easter tradition of hiding surprises in chocolate eggs, he wanted to bring that magic to children all year round. To achieve this, Ferrero combined its chocolate-making expertise with a unique idea, placing a small toy inside a chocolate egg. The result was Kinder Surprise, a treat loved by both children and adults. The process of making Kinder Surprise starts with selecting high-quality ingredients. Cocoa beans are sourced from tropical regions, mainly in West Africa, such as the Ivory Coast. Farmers harvest ripe cocoa pods by hand, extract the beans, and leave them to ferment for 7 days. This fermentation process develops the flavors characteristic of cocoa. The beans are then sun-dried for 10 days, reducing moisture for easier storage and transport. Once dried, they are sent to factories where they are carefully cleaned to remove impurities like dust and stones before being stored under controlled conditions. The milk used comes from dairy farms that meet strict quality and sustainability standards. Sugar is extracted from sugarcane grown in tropical climates. The cane stalks are crushed to release the juice, which is then filtered, purified, and crystallized to produce refined sugar. Once all the ingredients arrive at the factory, the chocolate production process begins. During cocoa bean processing, cocoa paste is extracted. This paste is then pressed to separate its two main components: cocoa butter, a natural fat that gives chocolate its creamy texture, and cocoa powder used to enhance the chocolate's flavor and color. The cocoa butter is filtered and purified to remove impurities. Once the cocoa butter is obtained, it is mixed with other key ingredients: powdered milk, sugar, and soy lecithin. These ingredients are carefully weighed and combined in precise proportions to create the two signature layers of a Kinder Surprise egg. The outer layer of milk chocolate, which balances cocoa and sweetness, and the inner layer of white chocolate, which has a creamier and sweeter taste. The ingredients are mixed in large, rotating containers at controlled temperatures to ensure a smooth, even blend. The mixture then passes through steel rollers that compress and refine the solid particles to microscopic sizes, typically less than 20 microns. This step is crucial for giving the chocolate a silky and non-gritty texture. A key stage in producing high-quality chocolate is conching. This process takes place in large machines called conches, where the chocolate mixture is continuously stirred under heat. Conching helps remove bitter and volatile compounds, resulting in a smoother, well-balanced flavor. The chocolate develops a smooth and creamy consistency before undergoing tempering, a controlled heating and cooling process that stabilizes the cocoa butter crystals. This step is essential for achieving a glossy finish and a firm texture that resists melting. Once tempered, the chocolate is stored in tanks at 30 degrees Celsius to maintain its fluidity and quality. It is continuously stirred to prevent lumps, while temperature and viscosity are carefully monitored to ensure it is ready for the next stage. The result is high-quality chocolate, prepared for molding into the signature Kinder Surprise egg shape. The plastic molds used to shape the eggs are thoroughly cleaned and sterilized to ensure hygiene and prevent contamination. They are slightly preheated to help the chocolate flow and adhere properly. The egg-forming process begins with tempered milk chocolate being poured into the molds through dosing nozzles. The molds are then placed in a rotary machine which spins them in multiple directions to ensure the chocolate evenly coats the interior, forming a thin and uniform layer. Next, the molds travel along a conveyor belt to a refrigerated tunnel where the chocolate is cooled to a precise temperature. This allows the outer milk chocolate layer to harden just enough to support the next step. Once the milk chocolate has solidified, a thinner layer of white chocolate is poured into the molds. The molds are rotated again to ensure even coverage inside the existing milk chocolate layer. Each yellow plastic capsule which contains the surprise toy is manufactured and assembled on a separate production line. The toys are carefully inserted, and the capsules undergo strict safety checks. The capsules are then automatically placed at the center of one half of the chocolate egg. High-precision machines align the two halves, one containing the capsule and one without. The halves are joined using light pressure and a touch of heat, allowing the chocolate to act as a natural adhesive. This step ensures that the egg is completely sealed and that the surprise capsule is securely enclosed. Each Kinder Surprise egg then undergoes automatic and manual inspections to verify that the halves are properly aligned and the seal is flawless. Once approved, the eggs are ready for the packaging stage. Each Kinder Surprise egg is individually wrapped in a thin aluminum foil, specially designed to protect it from light and moisture while preserving the chocolate's freshness. The aluminum sheets are cut to precise sizes and applied by automatic machines, which wrap each egg and seal the foil using pressure and heat. Sensors and cameras check that every egg is correctly wrapped and that the design is clear and uniform. This ensures that Kinder Surprise eggs reach consumers in perfect condition with their signature attractive packaging, high-quality chocolate, and an exciting surprise inside. As we continue, this factory process, one of the most popular treats in Asia, fish-shaped cakes. It all begins with batter being poured into fish-shaped molds on a hot machine. The molds close, and the cakes bake until golden brown. Some cakes are filled with sweet fillings like chocolate, custard, or red bean paste. After baking, the cakes move along a conveyor belt to cool down. Workers or machines check each cake to ensure it is well cooked and has the right shape. Cakes that pass the quality check go to the packaging area. In packaging, machines carefully wrap each cake in plastic or place them in boxes. Labels with the product name and ingredients are added. Finally, the packaged cakes are placed in cartons and sent to stores. Next up, let's explore the process of making this British savory food spread called Marmite, based on yeast extract, salt, and vegetable juices. These ingredients are cooked together in large vats until they form a thick, dark paste. The paste is then carefully cooled and checked for quality. Once the Marmite reaches the right consistency, it is packed into jars. Machines fill the jars with the paste, ensuring each one contains the correct amount. The jars are sealed tightly to keep the Marmite fresh. After sealing, labels with the product name, ingredients, and expiration date are added. The jars are then packed into boxes and prepared for shipment. This entire process ensures that Marmite is made with high quality and is ready for customers to enjoy. Now, let's step inside this honey spoon factory, where the finest honey is carefully selected for its rich flavor. But they don't stop at regular spoons. They shape honey into adorable spoon forms using plastic or silicone. Each honey spoon is then tightly sealed with fancy film or foil, like a tiny, sweet gift. This ensures you can simply grab, unwrap, and enjoy without any mess. Finally, the spoons are packed in boxes or trays, keeping them safe during transport. Once they reach your kitchen, they're ready to add a touch of natural sweetness to your tea, toast, or any treat. A simple, convenient, and delightful way to enjoy pure honey anytime. Right here, we have a marshmallow factory where these fluffy, sweet treats are made. The process begins by mixing simple ingredients like sugar, water, and gelatin, which gives marshmallows their soft and bouncy texture. The mixture is heated and whipped until it becomes light and airy like a thick foam. This fluffy mixture is then poured into molds or onto large trays to set. Once cooled and firm, the marshmallow is cut into small, bite-sized pieces. To prevent sticking, the pieces are often dusted with powdered sugar or cornstarch. For flavored or colored marshmallows, ingredients like vanilla or food coloring are added during mixing. Finally, the marshmallows are packaged into plastic bags or boxes, ready to be enjoyed. Whether eaten on their own, in hot chocolate, or roasted over a fire, factory-made marshmallows are always soft, sweet, and delightful. The journey of making 7-Up begins with the main ingredients: carbonated water, high-fructose corn syrup, and natural lemon-lime flavors. These are carefully blended to create the base syrup. The mixture is then precisely carbonated, giving 7-Up its signature fizz. Next, the carbonated syrup is piped into a filling machine that dispenses the perfect amount of soda into each bottle or can. Every bottle and can is capped and sealed to lock in, the carbonation keeping the soda fresh and fizzy. Throughout the process, rigorous quality control tests ensure that every can meets 7-Up's high standards. Once checked, the bottles and cans are labeled and packed for distribution, ready to be shipped to stores worldwide. From factory to your fridge, that's how every can of 7-Up is made. Crisp, refreshing, and always ready to quench your thirst. And here, we have the process of making chicken nuggets in a factory, which involves several steps to ensure quality and consistency. Firstly, the chicken used to make nuggets comes from trustworthy suppliers and is carefully inspected to make sure it meets quality standards. After that, the chicken is ground and mixed with a variety of ingredients, such as seasonings, breadcrumbs, and binders, to create a flavorful and cohesive mixture. Next, the seasoned chicken mixture is formed into nugget shapes using molds or extrusion machines. These nuggets are then coated with a breading mixture, which typically consists of flour, salt, and spices to add a crispy outer layer. After breading, the nuggets are typically fried in hot oil to achieve a golden and crispy exterior. Once cooked, the nuggets go through a quality control process to ensure they meet food safety standards. This may involve visual inspection, temperature checks, and sampling for taste and texture. After passing quality control, the nuggets are either packaged for distribution to retailers or restaurants or frozen for later use. Packaging is crucial to maintain freshness and prevent contamination during transportation. While the process of making chicken nuggets in a factory involves multiple steps and the use of machinery, it is important to note that not all chicken nuggets are created equal. Some companies may use higher quality ingredients or follow different production methods to create their nuggets. McDonald's likely produces and sells around 20 to 25 million chicken nuggets daily worldwide, leading to an annual production of over 7 billion nuggets. These figures provide a general sense of the scale of nugget production, though the actual numbers could be higher due to fluctuations in demand and promotional activities. And here we have an inside look at the factory of Ben & Jerry's, where their ice cream is made. At the factory, workers mix high-quality ingredients like milk, cream, sugar, and eggs. These are mixed together to create a smooth ice cream base. Next, the mixture is frozen while being stirred to make it creamy. After that, exciting ingredients like chocolate chunks, cookie dough, or caramel swirls are added. Machines then fill the ice cream into tubs, which are sealed and stored in freezers before being sent to stores around the world. Everything is carefully checked to make sure the ice cream tastes perfect. Over 100 million gummy bears are eaten every day worldwide. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes of the fascinating gummy bear manufacturing process. From raw ingredients to perfectly shaped gummies, we'll uncover the secrets of their ingredients, cooking process, molding, and even quality control to ensure every gummy is perfect. The process starts with key ingredients: gelatin powder, sucrose, glucose, water, and flavors and colorings. Gelatin is a protein derived from collagen found in animal tissues and bones, giving gummies their chewy and elastic texture. Sucrose, or common table sugar, that provides sweetness, while glucose helps prevent the gummies from becoming too hard. Water is essential for mixing the ingredients, and flavors and colorings, whether natural like fruit extracts or artificial, give gummies their final taste and appearance. The manufacturing process begins with preparing the gelatin. The gelatin powder is first sprinkled into cold water and left to soak for about 20 to 30 minutes, allowing it to absorb the water and hydrate. Once hydrated, the mixture is transferred to a large tank where it is combined with sugars to continue the production process. The mixture is heated until the sugars are fully dissolved, creating a smooth, oogary solution. At this stage, the hydrated gelatin is added. The mixture is then carefully heated to a controlled temperature to ensure the gelatin dissolves properly without breaking down. Once the gelatin and sugars are fully dissolved and the mixture reaches the ideal temperature, the flavor and color are added. Flavors are blended in, followed by colorants, which can be natural or artificial. Next comes the homogenization phase, where the mixture is continuously stirred. This constant movement prevents lumps from forming and ensures that all ingredients blend evenly. It also helps eliminate air bubbles, maintaining a smooth texture. The mixture is then transferred to special cooking tanks designed to withstand high temperatures and distribute heat evenly. Temperature control is crucial at this stage, with the tanks set between 120 degrees Celsius and 150 degrees Celsius, depending on the specific gummy recipe. The mixture is heated gradually to preserve the structure of the gelatin and prevent flavor loss, which could occur if the heat is too intense or applied too quickly. Once the mixture reaches the perfect consistency, the initial cooling process begins. This controlled cooling thickens the mixture, making it easier to pour into molds without spilling or creating misshapen gummies. The next step is preparing the trays that will be used for molding by filling them with fine cornstarch. The cornstarch not only lines the trays, but also acts as a natural release agent, preventing the gummy mixture from sticking to the mold. This makes it easier to remove the gummies once they are set. Next, stamps with different shapes, such as gummy bears, worms, or other figures, are pressed into the starch, creating precise cavities for molding. The next step involves precise depositing of the gummy mixture. Special machines are calibrated to dispense the exact amount of liquid mixture into each cavity. Once filled, the trays are left at room temperature for gradual cooling. During this period, the gelatin in the mixture begins to set, forming the final gummy shape. The solidification process takes several hours. To remove the gummies, the trays undergo a mechanical tapping or vibration process. This gentle movement helps release the gummies from the starch molds without damaging their shape. After demolding, any remaining starch is removed using soft brushes or compressed air. The excess starch is then collected, sieved to remove impurities, and reused in the molding process. Next, the gummies are transferred to drying tunnels or designated drying areas. These tunnels maintain a controlled environment with circulating hot air to remove any remaining moisture, ensuring the gummies achieve their ideal texture. The final step is coating, which enhances the appearance and texture. A small amount of vegetable oil or carnauba wax is applied to give the gummies a glossy finish and prevent them from sticking together. Commonly used oils include coconut or palm oil. The coating method varies depending on the type of gummy and the desired effect. Some are lightly sprayed while others are dipped. For gummies with a sugary or sour finish, a special coating mix is prepared and applied to give them their signature texture and taste. The gummy candies are placed in rotating drums for the coating process. As they rotate, the sugary or sour coating is gradually added. The continuous movement ensures an even distribution covering each gummy uniformly. The process continues until the coating fully dries and adheres to the candies, creating a slightly crunchy outer layer. This step is crucial to ensuring product quality and safety. It helps prevent errors like the one that occurred in August 2023 in Spain, when cupcake-shaped candies were mistakenly sold with toxic microplastics. Factory operators carefully inspect each gummy for shape, weight, color, and size defects. Any piece that does not meet strict quality standards is discarded. Once the gummies pass inspection, they move on to the automated packaging process. First, they are precisely weighed to ensure each package contains the correct amount. Then, packaging machines efficiently place them into bags, boxes, or plastic containers. These machines open, fill, and seal the packaging to maintain freshness and prevent contamination. Depending on the packaging type, the final seal may use heat or adhesives.